Hello. 1 second. My Discord channel seems to have lost its attachment to my streaming software. So 1 moment. Ha! He's alive! Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you can hear me. How is everyone this evening? For it is Tuesday evening and I am on my own. And we shall see how my voice does today. It's still a little bit flaky at the moment. Doesn't quite want to correct itself fully. But I will persevere for a bit and see how we get on. Good to see lots of people in chat. Good to see a lot of people joining in. Excellent. Like to see you all here. Obviously, if you haven't joined our Discord already, I have put a link up there, so feel free to join us there, and I will invite you in because I have it up on my other screen. So if you are new to this, please do come join us because got a couple of painting challenges going. We got some quite a good chat if you like to talk about your hobby and stuff. Really good to come join us and join our little community that we're creating. So where's Dom again? Well, Dom got a bit caught up with work. I believe he had a bit of a delay with some training or something that went on a bit longer than he wanted. So it's just me tonight at the moment. He may turn up in a bit. We shall see. We'll keep an eye out for him and see if he makes it in. But without further ado, let's see what we're doing tonight. So, firstly, obviously, I finished this guy. So my battle wagon is all done dusted. So I'm going to, there was supposed to be a video on this, but because I've been filming battle reports mainly the last couple of weeks, I haven't had a chance to do any hobby videos, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, quite happy with how this little thing came out. I decided to proxy the Zap guns with a couple of little modifications on top, just to sort of make it, because obviously normally you would whack one of these on top here. Oh, hello. See if I can get this right. No, come on. There we go. I think that's right. So like a little back panel on there. There we go. So kind of like that. The turret on the top. Yes, Mr. Blue, we do. So Dom is probably the most suspicious person I know. So yes, it's good to keep an eye on him. However, obviously, I've been doing quite a few orky bits because I finished 10 boys with shooters and a couple of trucks. So I thought I'm still doing the orcs a bit, so that I haven't stopped doing them. I've just been kind of fitting them around a couple of things I'm doing. However, with the recent release of the Death Guard Codex coming out, I decided to do a bit more with Death Guard. So I've bought a few additional models, and I started to finish off some other models, which I think you guys possibly have seen on Instagram and post on Discord. If you haven't, obviously go check them out. They are in the painting and hobby room, I believe. So I finished up, I think it was 3 surgeons, a Lord of Contagion, and a Malignant Plaguecaster in my Glooming Lords scheme. So I've been doing that a bit. Then I thought I had basically, obviously for those who don't know, anything about the Conquest magazine, a little while ago they put them all the back issues on order, so you could literally order any one you wanted. And I bought all the ones that had a Death Guard character model in them. So I've been working away through them. So here's what I've got on my painting table tonight. So we have this one, which I think is the Blight Caller. Daryl will probably help me here, possibly. He plays a bit of Death Guard, so if I get any of these names wrong, so this is the one with the big old bell on the top. Quite a cool looking model. And then we have a. Oh, look at this! Is that the Putrefier? It's the one with all the globes on the back. One of them as well. And I think we've got a couple of these two here. Got a couple of champions, which are these two. Quite nice with the power fist. A little bit different models. And then the one with the, I've forgotten what this one is. This has got the spewer thing on it. Yeah, these are all quite cool because they augment. That was the Blightbringer. Thank you, Daryl. Close. I couldn't. I couldn't remember. But yes, and so all those characters there, and then essentially because Payday was last week and it's Christmas, me and Vicky decided that we would number one, buy each other a few presents this year because this year's we didn't go on holiday, we didn't get to go and do much to be honest. So we had a few savings, so we thought we'd treat both ourselves by giving us a little allowance to each other and buy each other presents. However, I also spent some of my own money to buy something now, so I bought myself a squad of Plague Marines, which I actually haven't got any of. So this is basically the models I just showed you there, and a 7-man Plague Marine squad is basically what I'm going to be working on this evening. Nurgle word action is the naming scheme. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's about right, Mr. Blue. Just wish I knew what they all did, but essentially most of these things augment certain parts of the army. It gives like bonuses to some of the grenades. Surgeons let you reroll ones on your kind of feel no pain rolls, things like that. So it's quite cool in that fact. So I just wanted to sort of because I have 20 Blight Lord Terminators, which was the start of my Glooming Lord's army, because they are, when you read the fluff on them, that's one of their big things they do. They like big infantry formations of Blight Lord Terminators. So I did that. I did 20 of them, got them painted up along with I should do have my Demon Prince right here, along with this chap, nice and nurgly. This is my Nurgle Demon Prince with wings. He's saying he's got a nice expression on his face, but it's annoying this camera doesn't quite focus on models. Do you know what I was thinking the other day? I'm actually going to get something sorted out so I can actually do a slightly more detailed picture down here and put it up on the screen. I'm going to work something out for that. And on top of that, also I have some of the Death Shroud Terminators, these chaps, which I love these models, so cool. And I must admit, when I was putting the Nurgle stuff together yesterday, I was immensely impressed with the quality of the Plague Marine kit. The sheer amount of options you get in it is ridiculous. I mean, I finished putting it together, and then sprue-wise, I've still got, if you look at the amount still left on these 3 sprues they come in, it's still quite a lot on there. I'm planning on doing the next squad I buy. I'm going to do a combat squad, so one that's a bit more fighty. And actually, having looked at the recent news about Death Guard, I think that's going to be quite cool because Plague Marines have gone up obviously a wound, and they have an extra attack. So I think they're going to be pretty nice kind of troop units for Death Guard. So that and my Blight Lord Terminator, because essentially I've tried to keep it fairly infantry-esque, because that's kind of what I think the Gloomy Lords would do. Lots of Blight Lord Terminators and sort of infantry formations. I'm going to have a couple of vehicles, but I'm trying to keep it at the infantry level of stuff, because also from a painting point of view, I find that infantry takes the longest to paint, so I like to get out of the way first when I'm constructing an army. So I don't tend to add a lot of it. Like, for instance, if you've seen some of the recent games with my Battle Sisters, I've really only got sister battle squads really at the moment, and I've got one Exorcist which hasn't shown up in the game yet. So, but I'm hoping I'm hoping to put the Exorcist in the final game, depending on how things go. So the other question is, what's everyone else doing tonight, and how is everyone? Anything going on in people's lives? Sort of, everything all right? And what are you painting tonight? Let's have a look while I get my brushes ready and get cracking with the first layers of green that I've got to put on these guys. So if I can find my correct brush, which is somewhere here. That is too small. Marking. Oh, okay, Daryl. Well, fair enough. Hope you get to do some stuff other than work at some point. Base coating Nurglings and working on the Plasmancer Excellent, because obviously, for those who probably, I'm sure you haven't forgotten, Rapier Carriers. Oh, cool. Love Rapier Carriers. They'll be quite cool. And the crew. Nice, Mr. Blue. Almost rhymes. What else we got then? A Nurgle Demon Prince Kit Bash with wings for the challenge. Oh, nice. Excellent. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Also, don't forget, got to get it painted. And Captain Jack has been doing excellent stuff like tree decorations, lights around the garage, and now doing these walk talons for the competition. Lovely. No problem, Azrael. At the end of the day, we start at 8, but you're welcome to join any time. And Stuka is painting some space walls he's built from bits in the junk box. Excellent. Well, if you can build full models from the junk box, I know I've done that many times with my Templars. I've kit bashed quite a few veteran squads together, which I still got to paint actually. I've still got a lot of them to paint. Just haven't had the impetus to sort of go and actually get them done. So that is will be on my list of things to do sort of shortly. As I mean, I wasn't supposed to be buying any new models, but I couldn't really resist sort of doing some more Death Guard stuff because it's one of my favourite Chaos armies, apart from obviously my Night Lords. But I tend to run them fairly close together when I'm playing them. I like to sort of make duo armies up, sort of, so because I think sometimes they complement each other quite nicely. Um, Especially with some of the stuff you can do with leadership, because obviously the Icon of Despair is quite a cool thing for lowering leadership on models that already have quite a large amount of leadership debuff. I think Goonhammer had a little guide up on it. Michael McCreevy, I work at a children's jail in County of New York State. Papa Nurgle has been busy. We've had an active. I'm sorry to hear that. That sounds not a pleasant situation at all. Hopefully, things will clean up soon, and with the news of this vaccine, hopefully it'll stuff will start to get a little bit better over the next coming months or so. A little way away, I suspect, though. And Stuka says ideally 750 points army, but nobody plays below 2,000 points these days. That is true. It's very. I mean, actually, it was quite refreshing to do this campaign that I'm doing and starting off at a 500 point level, and it really changes the way you think about constructing armies at low point levels. Because obviously, when you've got a 2,000 point limit, it's fairly easy to dump loads of stuff in and things like that. So, it's you don't have to think too much sometimes, especially if you're just playing a friendly game. But when you're at 500 points, if you want to actually have a reasonably interesting army that works, it's quite tough to do. As I found out, having played against World Eaters in the last few games with Vicky and losing, I think every single one so far. Sorry if you haven't watched it yet. However, it's still a good watch, I hope. I suspect that's because I've been a bit too generous with the way we've allowed the World Eaters not to have any point increases, yet increase their wounds on most of their items. So that'll be something I address if we do that again. I'm not going to change anything for this current campaign because I don't want to do it halfway through it. Sort of try and keep it as similar as possible for the whole thing. So, but we've got plenty of time to sort of muck around with that kind of stuff. And like I said, hopefully the Chaos Codex isn't too far away. Obviously, I suspect it's not going to be. Judging by the release schedule they've already posted up, I don't think it's going to be in the first couple of months of the new year. So it's probably, I think maybe March or April, I reckon, for Chaos Codex. Seems about right. I mean, I'm hoping it'll be a good one. I mean, with the increases to wound and things like that, I think we're going to see some interesting stuff happening. So, oh yeah, I'll tell you what else I did actually. What's this idea of basically screwed up my back with 2 compacted discs. I don't want to be carrying 3 books to run a single. Oh yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, any kind of weight with that kind of condition is not fun, Stuka. I mean, I don't quite have bad conditions, but my lower back is a bit temperamental sometimes, mainly because I sit all day at a computer, which is not particularly healthy for my health. But we'll have to sort of be changing that over the next few months, hopefully. Get back out to doing some running. Looking forward to doing that once my kind of my breathing's a bit better. I've had like I said, since I had this cold a few weeks back, I've not quite got my full capacity back just yet. It's almost there. And obviously, you never know. I might have had something more serious, not knowing about it. But we'll have to wait and see. All I can tell you guys right now is I'm feeling a lot better. So just want to get this slightly dry throat sorted out. So yeah. Oh yes. The other thing I did do recently is Dom bought some new recording equipment, and I actually decided to upgrade my rig a little bit. So I've just got this little beautiful thing, and had a little test with it this afternoon, just when I got in from work, and I've actually I really enjoyed using it. And it's this is a little. I won't shine this right at the camera, but it's a little LED lamp. Oh Christ, that's bright. Which is quite fun, and the audio on it's a lot better. So I'm hoping that will improve some stability issues with regards to the filming and so on and so on. and obviously the microphone should give a slightly better, crisper audio from what I've done with some testing this evening. So, and I'll be using that tomorrow evening because me and Vicky are playing our 4th game in our campaign, which I hope everyone is enjoying. I'm already sort of plotting the next one. This story's almost played out, obviously. I think we've got a couple more games in it if I can sort of fix the narrative around it. And what's everyone been thinking of the game anyway, or the campaign? Everyone been enjoying it? Slightly different style. Kind of going back to what one of the things me and Dom used to do when we started doing battle reports. I think it's a bit more interesting. Do I record separate audio for the videos? No, it's all done on a one camera setup with a external mic. Arizavale's really enjoying the campaign so far. Yeah, so yeah, Jack, that mic is directly attached to my camera on the bottom here via an external link. The tracks are actually separate, so essentially I can separate them out of my editing software because we use Cyberlink editing. So it's too early to congratulate her on the win. The style is good though. Thank you. Excellent. Well, we're going to have as I said, we've got the next game is at 2,000 points, and it's going to get interesting. I've come up with a reasonably interesting little progression on from the last battle. For those who haven't watched, I won't spoil it, but if you go watch it if you haven't, and if you haven't watched all of it, go start at the beginning. Because it's yeah, I've been really enjoying filming actually. So, and just for the future one. Next thing, hopefully, we're going to do an Orcs Crimson Fist campaign. I'm not quite sure it's going to be set yet. It's probably going to be in the little world I've created to try and sort of keep it in that theme. And we'll see kind of what we're going to come up with there. So we'll see if Warboss Mazdroz is coming back with his new reinforcements. So hopefully we'll have some interesting games in that one as well. Going to go for more of a kind of campaign using some of the book missions that have come out in the last few weeks and months, which are actually really good for narrative-based stuff. The Crusade stuff's actually really good at making kind of more interesting types of missions without concentrating too much on all these. Oh, you need a secondary, you need a tertiary mission, all this kind of stuff. I think it works better for a narrative-based mission, yet still comes out reasonably fair. So, dropping models. So yeah. Obviously, I'm quite looking forward to seeing what the Nurgle, the first act of the book they're bringing out. I think that's quite interesting to sort of see what missions they've included in there. And with a bit of luck, there'll be some good content in it, and also rules, obviously. Better for Orcs as well, as they just want to get to the. Yes, Gavin. Yeah, they like a good crumping. Yeah, it's quick and easy. So quick and easy style and work. Yeah, exactly as well. That's what I found. There's less to sort of keep track of when you're filming as well. And ultimately, I've been playing. I've only been playing with Vicky the last few weeks. So because obviously me and Dom aren't allowed to sort of see each other at the moment due to the lockdown in the UK. So it's been a little bit tough. I know Dom's missing playing 40k a lot because we typically at least play once a week. But we've kind of not been able to do that for a little while now, which is a shame. But it's just we've got to stick with the rules at the moment until we're allowed to sort of get back on with the studio stuff that we've been kind of wanting to do. It has it's stopped us doing quite a few things this year with regards to like our events and things like that. We wanted to run a third event, a team one in fact, back in April, just because we typically time it around our birthdays. We're both in the same month, and it's quite handy, sort of a good thing to sort of use as a thing to sort of get ready and do around that time, because it gives us a good excuse to get together and actually have a few drinks with some people and play some games. And I must admit, I've been desperately missing the kind of social aspect of getting together with lots of people to play 40k and hang out and have a chat. It's and that's one of these things. This is great because this is kind of quite a good substitute for it. Just talking to you guys on a weekly basis at least. And also, for those who haven't noticed, obviously I've increased the schedule of battle reports. I've been trying to get 2 out a week, which is thanks mainly for Vicky for playing games with me. Although I think she's been enjoying it, as I understand it. So it's just it's been quite it's tougher to get 2 games in a week than one. Especially when I mean, last week was a bad week because I was on call. So typically there'd be a night where I would go, yeah, let's film tonight, and then literally 2 minutes into it, it was ring, ring, phone rings, and I'm like, right, well, that's scuppered that plan. You finally got your first. Oh, Blue, you finally got your first 9th edition game in. Oh, excellent. Was it a good game? Do you have fun? How many points did you play? Was it just sort of a sort of get into the game kind of thing, or a full blown like let's get everything I own on the board because it might be the last time I play for 3 months kind of game? And also, more importantly, what did you play? That's another good question. And just wait for that to come in. So hopefully we'll get a reply in a second. I'm not quite sure what the delay's like today. Hopefully it's not too bad. But yeah, so just getting games in has been fairly easy for me. But I'm in a slightly lucky position that my partner plays 40k. So it's I just sort of say, do you want to play 40k? And she goes, yes. So it's all good. And then as we said, Dom lent us the World Eaters army for this particular campaign, and also just so we could sort of have a bit of variation in some of the videos. 'Cause I've been playing because Vicky's got a Crimson Fist army, so typically a lot, it's not. Our two largest armies are from the same base chapter, Imperial Fists. So it doesn't really make for the best battle reports, I think. And you have Imperium. And hi, Underdog, how you doing, man? Good to see you here tonight. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, so it's just to get a bit of variation because we don't really want to. I'm not a huge fan of doing Imperial versus Imperial when you can avoid it. That must be nice. I think asking the missus anything and she just saying yes. Well, that's not always the case, but good. Good Underdog to hear you good. And Mr. Blue played 2,000 points in Nurgle Demons and Nurgle Elements of Alpha Legion versus Necrons, and he won. Nice. But you only had 11 models at the end. Oof, that must have been a bloodbath. Although I must admit, I do like that kind of game when it's sort of when a lot of the models are almost all dead by the end of it, and it feels like you've been through a good game. But as long as they're kind of dead on both sides, I must admit a couple of games I've played recently have kind of gone a little bit to the other side of it, which was quite painful for me, really. Those damn berserkers. But that's it's one of the reasons I'm also trying to get a slightly larger Nurgle force together because I'd like to do a Nurgle campaign as well against an Imperial faction. New Necrons are very dangerous. Only killed maybe 20 models at the most. Ooh, blimey. Yeah, I mean, I haven't actually. I mean, me and Dom wanted to have a Necron versus. We're going to start maybe a Nurgle Red Scorpion campaign or Nurgle, yeah, something like that. Not Nurgle, sorry, Necron one. But we never kind of got the chance in the end because the lockdown kind of sped round far too quickly for us to actually get some games in. Even though I think we managed to cram our Apocalypse game in just about, obviously. And then bam, straight back in again, and we're not not allowed around again. And I mean, sadly, the thing it looks like at the moment is here. It's going to be that when this full lockdown ends, we're going to be in tier 2 or 3 or whatever it is they're calling it nowadays. And it will actually mean that we still can't meet up until that's done. So we'll have to see what happens over Christmas period, perhaps. See if we can actually do that. Is it tier 2? Yeah, well, yeah. Southeast, I think, is going to be in tier 2. All these tiers running around, Jesus, in more ways than one. So obviously the other thing I've been seeing is oh, you're in tier 3 Underdog, fair enough, mate. I mean, it's not fun really. I think the only thing that I can take solace in is that hopefully it will all mean in the end that we can sort of hopefully in the next few months as things sort of with the vaccine get out, it will eventually push back to a vague amount of normality in some way. We will see though, because time will tell on that one. I mean, they're not even been approved yet properly, so we'll have to see what happens on that front. But with a bit of luck, you know, by mid next year, I mean, I hope so. Anyway, I've got me and Vicky are getting married next year, so it's kind of quite important that by September next year, this is all just buggered off somewhere, really, so that we can actually have our friends and family and actually enjoy the day, rather than trying to plan numbers around, planning it for numbers rather than just having a good time. And and also, the other thing, me and Dom really want to run our third event. Sorry, and we really want to run our team event. But we thought about it when we had the little break in the lockdown. The more it doesn't look feasible without a lot of kind of red tape kind of stuff, which is fine. But I think it'd be quite difficult to do. But we said that if we don't have the option not to do it that way, we'll just try, because we want to keep doing them. So it's quite important for us to, or quite important to us to continue doing them basically. Because the next event we were going to do was going to be a team event, so it was going to be 2v2 hazmat suit 40k. Yeah, we could. I mean, we could make that the requirement to attend the event. The event is to wear a 40k themed hazmat suit. Um, uh, Full body suit only, with breathing apparatus. I mean, we get the thing is we get funny enough looks when we come in and say, "Do you mind if we come and use your hall to play miniatures?" Two guys getting near 40, coming in and trying to play lots of 40k games with lots of people similar ages and younger, and they look at you like, "You want to do what? This is very strange." I remember the last sort of just that the last we've been using a venue nearby, which is an old British Legion place, which is quite nice. It's got an on-site pub, and it's got the owners are fantastic, and the rent for it for the day was actually pretty cheap. But what we typically found when we actually did the day there was people would pop their head around the door from the other side, because they had a bar area and then a separation, the kind of the hall where the events can be done, the events hall, and then we just found people coming across sort of interested in what we were doing and looking in. So you get some very interesting looks when they come in, sort of see a bunch of people sort of playing with figures, and they sort of go, "Oh, this is interesting. What's this then? How does it all work?" And sort of me and Dom just trying to concentrate on running the event and also answering questions from some interesting members of the public. But it's a funny little hobby, really. But I think a lot of people just actually are more interested in sort of what you're doing, and rather than sort of maybe judging you for playing it. It's need a PR guy on stuff. Yes, we do. I mean, having staff would be good. I mean, ultimately, we don't both work full-time jobs, but getting someone else. I mean, maybe we'll pay them in cookies or something. I don't know. We'll pay in cookies. So, I mean, Lee, we sort of sometimes get to do some of our artwork because he's really good at doing some of the style that we like. So, he's done a couple of especially for the doubles game. He's come up with a couple of nice designs for our books and banner and things like that. So we're looking forward to getting that fully kind of implemented and looking cool for it. I won't be revealing any of that because we want to try and keep it as kind of quiet as possible until we've done it for the first time, because we kind of it's our thing. We don't want to put it out there until we've actually done something with it. But hopefully we were aiming that if everything's looking good next year, sort of May-ish, I think April, May-ish. We had picked a date, but I don't think that date's going to work now. Because it's just not going to be all sorted out by then. But yeah, so just sort of hopefully, like I said, just get that done, and then we can move on and actually do some more, because anyone who is in the UK watching this and wants to come down, we'd love to have you down if you're on the channel regularly during our Tuesday streams. It'd be great for you to come and hang out with us in person. We can sort of catch up, and we want to. That's the kind of thing we want to get to. Get to the point where people that we know on here and sort of watch us regularly come down and have a few games and play in some of our tournaments. Because actually, one of the things is our I suppose I say tournament. It's not really a tournament. It's I don't know for anyone who just knows how we run our events. Essentially, we play a team-based event. Yes, Lee, I bet you are. Thank you, Dave. It's more of a games day because we came up with a slightly different concept to sort of how people do a traditional 40k day. We don't have winners, so to speak, because of the way that we play. Essentially, what we have is when you sign up, you pledge your allegiance to a team, which is either Imperial, Xeno, or the Forces of Chaos, and you play collectively with the other people who have signed up for that one to play against one of the other two factions. So you won't ever see like a Chaos versus Chaos or a Imperial versus Imperial or Xeno versus Xeno, you'd always play one of the other factions, and we kind of work the tables that way, which can be a little bit of a nightmare sometimes. But to be honest, we've been quite lucky in the first 2 events we run in that actually it worked out pretty spot on. And as we're splitting 3 ways, it kind of it works out a bit easier to sort of split those into various factions. And then what we tend to do is at the end of the thing, obviously we announce we have a traditional shield with an engraving on it for the winners, so that we do that every time we have an event, so you can sort of see the name on the kind of the shield saying, oh look, you've Imperial won 2020 February event or whatever it is. We normally have a name for it, because I think the first time we did was Conquest of Datura. I'll be your PR guy. Southerns love us Northern folks. Natural history exhibit coming to town. Look at him. His knuckles touch the floor. Oh, Mr. Captain Jack, brilliant. Well, it's you always come down for the day. You could always instead of playing, you could always just come and stand outside and drum up some additional business for us. But I mean, the last event we did, but it was the first event we also got. We bought dice. We tried to do a little dice bag for people for like a little gift when they signed up. We try to get prizes for typically for painting stuff, for hobby stuff, and for best sport. That kind of thing. We don't have like a winners thing. It's just the trophy for the winners. So we want to try and push the whole team element of it rather than sort of individual winners, so to speak. It's much more about a team effort, because the scores essentially go into a big pot for each team, and at the end it all added up. And we adapt the game types to sort of suit that, and it works out quite well. We have like one particular objective which is secondary on every single mission. We have something like I think the first time we had boxes of chaos crystals which were chaotic nature, which all sides were trying to collect on every single board in every single game, and the more you got of them, that got added to the overall total. So you might, even if you don't necessarily win your primary, you might have collected 20 of those boxes on a table, and then that goes towards your team total, and things like that. So you kind of think a bit more as playing as your Imperial faction, and trying to sort of. We found it was good fun. So we've tried to keep that, and the team one's going to be similar. To that, I think, but we haven't quite decided on the format for that yet. We've got some mission ideas and things like that. We're not quite sure how we're going to handle, if we're going to do the teams thing. I think we possibly are. We've kind of just sort of arming and ahhing on that one. And as I said, I look forward to just doing getting Mr. Lee's artwork up front and centre on that, and see what people think of that as well. So, but yeah, what's that there? Imagine living on the other side of the world. Yeah. As I said, it's only for people who are in the UK. Really, I mean, I wouldn't expect everyone suddenly to jump over from the US to come over and play for a weekend game. It'd be great. Obviously a lot of you see people do that, especially for like SN. I think SN Battle Reports. Obviously, a lot of people go out to Gibraltar from all over the world to play there, because obviously I think Pardo does some really good quality events up there with his team at SN, and a lot of people go back to that because it's they're quite big on narrative kind of stuff as well, which is it's just quite cool. It's just right up our mind on street. We prefer that kind of play. I mean, also obviously, don't get me wrong. Me and Don we've played in lots of tournaments where it's all about individual ability and things like that, and that's good fun. But it's it's interesting because I tend to lose a lot. Yeah, don't come to me for tips on playing 40k. I'm not the strongest player, and I do lean towards more narratively based lists where I can, because that's how I like to play 40k. So, and I know a lot of you guys in here have probably similar thinking. So, just have to convince a college in the UK to host me for a talk that just happens to be around the right time. Well, we could try and do a talk at the event about something that you're doing, Mr. Blue. I mean, I can't guarantee the audience is going to be correct for whatever you're talking about, but you never know. So obviously, other things that are going on. You've got your painting challenge going on, guys. How's everyone getting on with that? Just curious. I've seen a lot of good pictures in Discord, so I'm just curious how everyone's finding it this time round, the second one. Because as I said, it's quite a nice little time frame, 2 weeks I think, to do your single model. I know some of you are attempting some multi models like squads as well, which is nice. Nice to see some of them. And And just because obviously, actually, although I know everyone's posting Discord, I mean, if everyone wants to put down kind of what they're doing, put down in here, and then let everyone sort of have a little chat about it. Because Mr. Bleed doesn't have any flying models to paint, so he's out. That's fair enough. I said we'll hopefully come up with another one next week that suits you, because obviously it's next Tuesday is the cut-off time for that one. So happy you chose Warp Talons. Yeah, Warp Talons are lovely models. I'm definitely going to be adding some to my Night Lords. I've only got Raptors at the moment, so I'm hoping to add a couple of squads of Warp Talons on top of the Raptors. And Daryl's had no time to paint. Come on, Daryl. You can do better than that. Don't worry about marking work. All right, it's just a job. It's just a job. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I don't know if Gavin's still here. Are you still doing your entry for this one as well, Gavin? If you're there. Hello, Patches or Patches. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Same boat as Mr. Blue. Lack of flyers. Excellent. You're working on the recon drone now. Excellent. I thought it was battle suits, wasn't it? I don't know. I'm confused. The old battle, just the very cool Borderland themed recon drone. It will be then. Although it's fair, it's a very very good looking drone so far. So if you are doing that, fair enough. I'm not quite sure what I would have picked to do for this. I probably would have done some Storm Boys, I think, because actually that would have fitted perfectly with the whole kind of creative walk stuff I've got sitting over to the left of me. Because I've got I think I've got, how many have I got here actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 12 Storm Boys I think. So I would have probably gone with them personally, just to sort of get them painted and at the same time do it for a interesting kind of painting challenge. I may join the next painting challenge just to paint. Obviously, I know I can't actually be picked for anything, but it's just more that actually it's quite nice to, I suppose, join in with you guys as well. Although I did just pick up a cheap, virtually new Indomitors box, so we'll have some when it arrives. Yeah, that's good. The Indomitor set is still, I think, one of my most favourite 40k launch sets. But I mean, yeah, it is a bit kind of like, do you play Marines or Necrons? Then yes, then you're probably going to like that box set. It's got some good stuff in it, and the price was pretty good. And I saw obviously all the hoo-ha about the the release of the box set and not having enough of it, and then I actually saw some on sale at another 10% less than what they were. I think Goblin had some up 115, 110 pound, I think, in the end. And you're like thinking, oh, they've somehow managed up with some overstock, which is fair enough. I mean, obviously the other one was the battle box, exactly the same thing, sold out in probably seconds again. I just hope they managed to catch all of the scalpers this time and sort of for anyone who missed out on them. I mean, I didn't partake in any of them yet. I noticed the Space Marine one was still in stock. I think, which doesn't surprise me too much because it wasn't. I don't think it was the best set. I'm going to assume the Blood Angels one probably is as well. Fading at a fancy glowing effect on my Plasmancer weapon. Well, Lee, keep trying. You've got nothing. Don't worry about it. You've got no pressure. You've won one already. That's it. It's okay. Just as long as you get it done, it's fine. No pressure. You know. Besides, if we pick you again, people are going to get suspicious. You know, because we know you, and they'll think you're bribing us or something. You know. He's not. Don't worry. I promise. Or is he? No, Mr. Lee, I've known he's had quite a few armies over his time that I've known him. And I still remember very fondly his Tau Orc conversion army, very very cool looking. I thought he was only allowed 3 colours this time. Well, maybe he's only using 3 colours. We don't know. He could just be using 3 colours, but he's got the perfect mix. He's just picked the primary colours, and he's just mixing them to the perfect consistency. You know, as long as you pick the right colours, you can mix and make your own colours. You never know. That might be what he did last time, just to show off a bit. I suspect not. I think he may have been using some other techniques. But yeah, I mean, I've been quite paint driven the last few weeks. I think having done much more Nurgle stuff than I really actually thought I could possibly do. I think I finished 6 models in a day, which was the ones I posted up the other day, which was really good fun to do actually. It's been quite a breath of fresh air to do some more character-esque models. I'm pretty sure I could make some of them look even better. I just kind of wanted to get into a good tabletop standard. He's paying to lose this time. What was your payback? Well, just into the usual place, Lee. It's fine. We'll keep it quiet. I should have muted that. Sorry. But no, it's amazing some of your guys' work. Seriously, it's very inspiring to see all the paint work you guys are doing. So keep it up and don't stop. So that's one of the big things the painting comp was kind of all about, was to sort of get guys sort of interested in doing some models on a tight time frame and enjoying sort of seeing how they come out and sharing it with everyone. Yeah, that's the thing. Also, speaking of that, let's just make sure. So I'm just gonna paste the Discord link in again for anyone who has turned up and hasn't seen us before and wants to join sort of our Discord chat. Please hop in. It's really good to chat to all of you sort of around the times when we're not actually streaming. And we've got quite a fair amount of people. I think last count, I think we hit about 40 odd people. I think it was, which is really cool. I didn't think it would actually do that well, but it seems to be sort of grabbing a few people each week, which is really nice. Obviously, at the moment, entry is completely free. I don't think we're going to change it to any kind of paid thing. I think it's just nice to have you guys sort of jump in and sort of just be involved with the Black Toad kind of community. So, be rather silly to cut it out at a price. Ha. Okay. Sorry, one sec, guys. Just wanted to get this little bit done here. There we go. And obviously with Christmas looming, yes, it was good to throw down a fully painted army last week, and I likely wouldn't have without Tuesdays. Oh, fair enough. That is good. I'm glad this little session for most people seems to sort of give them a little bit of a push to get things over the line. That's another thing we were trying to achieve as well. Yeah, because it's interesting as a wargamer. The motivation of getting paid to get fully painted armies. I mean, I would say it's quite a tough thing to do if you don't kind of keep at it at a regular interval. It's picking up a brush for a day is fairly easy, but if you want to do it for 5 days running, that's a slightly different story. And at the moment I'm quite into painting my Nurgle, so I'm trying to stick with that at the moment because I know I've got some more stuff coming at Christmas. I'm pretty sure someone I know may be buying me some additional models for them. I'm finding it a really relaxed way to get back into the hobby. Lots of knowledge and no pressure. Not knowing. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we're not. It's we don't. When we play, we don't want pressure playing. That's why. That's one of the reasons me and Dom sort of enjoy our games together. We don't sort of play it to win it necessarily every time. I can't say we never do that because that's just not true. I think everyone plays to win games sometimes, and ultimately sometimes if you've lost a few in a row like I have recently, you kind of do want to lay the smackdown down and get a good win on the board for your faction. It's one of those things, but it's not our primary purpose for playing 40k. I would say, we like to sort of have fun really as the primary focus, and sort of just getting I think seeing some of the big painted armies that we do, that's one of the things that we like the most is that kind of stuff. Oh, hello, I heard a click.
I'm coming.
It's him. It's you. He's here, guys. I know you can only see his symbol at the moment, but he is here. He saved me. Where have you been? What have you been doing?
I've been working, mate.
Did your training session get a bit delayed, mate?
Oh, mate, don't even get me started. I'm sure no one wants to hear about work, but here I am nonetheless.
No,
so I apologise for being late, everybody.
Oh, everyone's left the stream
Forces
now.
are up, like control.
Sorry, mate.
There you go. You know where their loyalties lie.
Oh, hello. Got a message here as well. 1 second. Is that you sending me a message saying you're coming? Oh, yes, it
Yeah.
was. Sorry, I didn't see it. I was not looking at my WhatsApp group.
I'm here. Hello, everybody.
Stunned silence, mate. Not a single message.
No, I don't blame them. Probably all too busy, you know what I mean? So, Tom, hello. I don't know what's been happening because I haven't been here. So, what's occurring?
Oh, we've been painting, obviously. Been chatting about our events.
Oh, cool.
Just been telling you what our event ethos was, sort of how we did our team thing, that kind of stuff. Doing a little bit about
A USP.
Yeah, exactly. How we, our factional kind of play, that kind of stuff, and sort of saying how we're hoping to do some team-based events next year and that kind of stuff, and just gradually just checking on everyone's painting progress for the painting challenge, various things like that, really.
Well, I think.
Yeah, it's been a nice little 40 minutes or so. And obviously everyone's probably just waiting for you to do your lottery results, and then they can leave. So.
Well, have you talked about the Mandalorian?
No, I haven't. But you can do that if you want. I hadn't talked
I
anything
mean,
about.
people might not be interested in that, mate. So.
Well, I'd hope they'd be interested in what you had to say.
Yeah, so
I'd hope that. I mean,
maybe no one wants to talk about it. Maybe no one wants to talk about the Jedi appearing, the beloved character suddenly appearing in live action. Maybe no one wants to talk about that.
Don't do it.
And what it leads on to, and what was hinted.
Oh dear. Look at them all.
But yeah, I think normally I say no spoilers. But come on, unless you've been living under a cave.
Under a cave?
Under a cave.
Jesus,
yeah, not even in a cave.
That is deep.
Under the cave. Because at least in a cave you can see things, but under a cave not so much.
No, I mean it just sounds bizarre. I'm afraid, mate, but it's okay. You're a bizarre person sometimes. It's fine.
Yeah, well. But yes, Mandalorian was brilliant. So yeah, Suka was there from Clone Wars and Rebels. She's made her live action debut.
There you go.
And it's the actress who played Claire in Daredevil and Punisher. She's in Punisher. She's in a few of them. And Jessica Jones. She's probably in all of them. Yeah, cast really well. So I was very happy with it. With her light for her white sabers as well.
What's a Jedi? Oh dear. Gavin.
And yes, of course, the survivor from Terminator and from Aliens and The Rock and from many action films was in there as well. But yes, it was a very cool episode. Really enjoyed it. It is a popular religion in the UK. Plus,
Are you pondering on signing up, Dom?
Yeah, Gavin, you're right. She's not actually a Jedi, although she's obviously classically trained as a Jedi. She's well, I don't know how much Tom knows, but she was a Jedi. But she resigned because she was framed for the murders of some clones at the Jedi Temple. So she left the Jedi Order.
Those Blade Jedi and their framing.
Yeah, so she's not Sith, she's not Jedi, she's individual. She's independent contractor. There's a couple of
Jedi sabers. Contractor.
Hello, Sarah. Sarah, your Necrons are looking very cool. In the painting challenge. Some very nice models, actually, Tom, isn't there? In the
yeah, I was just saying earlier, this is going to be a good. It's probably going to be a tough one to judge, actually. Lee is apparently sending us some money later, though. So.
Oh, brilliant!
So if we need to.
Lee's won 2 weeks, 2 competitions in a row. Well done, Lee. Tom, what are you working on tonight?
Walking Death.
Nice.
I have got I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Nurgle models on the go at the moment.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and with some orcs on the side. Don't worry, I've forgotten about orcs. I'm quite interested in the new Death Guard Codex.
Oh man, there's some nice stuff, isn't there?
Especially the new Defiler rules.
Yeah, tell Vicky I want my Defilers back as soon as possible. Even though I can't play them, I need.
I don't think you're going to get them back.
As soon as possible.
She said it was a birthday present, so she just assumed that was.
Ooh, awkward. Yeah, Death Guard I think are going to be.
Plague Marines look awesome now.
Oh, yeah, I love my Plague Marines. And
extra
like,
wound,
combat,
extra attack.
Well, you give them 2 knives, you can get extra attack as well.
Yes, so basically that's my next build. I'm going to do a combat build with the big 2-handed axe and the Flare of Corruption, and then all the rest with Plague Knives. I think that would be really cool. I'm keeping them at 7 though, only 7 each. Any squads of 7.
As Kieran said there, Tyrion is now toughness 8 as well.
Which is also good.
His stats have been leaked, haven't they? So there's a few changes. Like on his weapon, I think it's damage 3 plus D3. I think that's correct.
Well, I think it's on Discord actually. I think someone posted a picture up actually of the rule set.
Yeah, cool. You linked our Discord today? I don't know.
I have done several times actually. Yes.
You have? I see. Yeah. Sorry, I'll scroll up. That's what I can do. I can scroll.
Computer.
Cool. So, what's everyone in the chat working on at the moment? Anything good? Painting challenge, I hope.
Yeah, there's a few painting challenge people. Yep.
Nice.
I'll let everyone sort of say it if they want to. Though. Needs a rhino. Yep, on Tomb Blades. Excelente. These models, Dom, they're so detailed.
Warp Talons, Tomb Blade, nice. 2 of my favourite armies right there.
Also, I love Nurgle Power Fists.
The look of them?
Yes, they look awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Vicky's creeping around outside actually, which is all right. It was actually Vicky's birthday today. For anyone who didn't know, she had a nice day off work. Did some painting, and she had a haul from me of I got her some Chaos Terminators, Dom. Chaos Terminator Lord and the Executioner.
Yeah, very nice.
So she's got a nice little selection of additional models to make for her World Eater army. I mean, she's got quite a big World Eater army now, anyway.
Red Butcher Terminators. Hello.
Exactly. Yeah, I was amazed at all the berserkers she suddenly had though, and the Defiant. It's just amazing how she's painted all of them so quickly.
Hang on a minute. Mr. Blue working on some Rapier Quad Heavy Bolters.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm thinking
nice.
of if I was getting something else in my chaos. Who knows what Santa Claus
well,
will...
you never know. There might be some stuff that you're getting from people that you know. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'd quite like to get maybe a Contemptor, maybe.
Ooh, fancy.
Chaos Contemptor would be quite cool. Or another Daredevil. Not Daredevil, oh, jeez. Leviathan.
They still do a World Eater Contemptor, by the way.
I believe so. I think it's a 30k version, so you have to
yeah.
scar it up and, away you go. I think the... talk about Horus Heresy stuff. I think the Night Lord Horus Heresy stuff has probably aged the best for transferring it over to 40k. I think the issues probably with the World Eater one is there's too much nobility in that model, and considering where they are now, and I think same with most of the other legions actually.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like a Death Guard one, you have to do some definite work on it.
Yeah, and the
but you're actually saying that you can't take Death Guard Contemptors anymore anyway, because they don't at the moment because they're not technically in the well, they are, but they're not. You can't take them because it's not the same trait thing or whatever it is. Or I suspect that'll get changed in the next book.
You'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Wait and see. Yeah, I would be surprised if they cut that particular revenue stream off for people. But I agree though.
I think
Yeah, it's
the
looks.
loyalist one, obviously, transfer across quite easily to 40k. Not really that many changes.
No.
But yeah, I do think the traitor one's a bit harder, in my opinion. Maybe the Emperor's Children one, you might be able to push
Yeah,
that.
because they're pretty polished still, aren't they? They're not really sort of corrupted
yes,
in a
maybe
physical
Children.
way. I mean, there's not much left to the Thousand Sons to corrupt, really. I mean, it's just ash,
Yeah,
dust.
dust.
So, I mean, what do you do? Light wind deals with them.
Light wind.
Oh no! There goes all the Thousand Sons. Sorry.
Oh, I've got a question. Has anyone in the chat watched Mosul on Netflix?
Mosul. I haven't watched Mosul actually. Must admit.
Oh, it is.
Is it
It's
good?
a very good film. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, I might check that out. I've unfortunately been watching some previous watches. Sorry, Gavin. I watched. What did I watch this afternoon? Two Guns. Have you seen Two Guns?
Yeah, I've seen Two Guns. Yeah. Is that Mark Wahlberg
And Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington? Yeah.
Just love it. You would never suspect them as being a good comic duo, but somehow it just works because obviously Denzel Washington's acting is like you're very normally quite that actiony, like hard ass, serious type of look, like Equalizer and Man on Fire and things like that, and then you get like, it's worked really well. Though. It's good fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I think he's a talented man when it comes to that. He can do a straight role, but equally a comedic role with great ease.
Indeed. I still remember remember The Bone Collector?
Yep.
Jesus, I always forget he was in that, and you watch. Oh, gosh, he somehow managed to just make an excellent accent role from lying down the entire film.
Oh no! Got to paint skin on this Chaos Marine's head.
Dom, did you watch it? Did you watch my video I sent you?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, yes, watch it. Don't. If you are going to watch it, don't play it now because there are some swear words in it. So I wouldn't want. I
won't watch it now, Tom. I'll watch it later when I'm in bed.
With the family around you. Oh, look what Uncle Tom sent.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. What does this mean? What does this mean?
Yeah, just don't do that. Right, that's the first layer of green done. Time to start the second. Nice thing is the paint for my Nurgle and my Orcs is very similar. On the green part, anyway, because I use the same base for my Orcs as I do for my Nurgle. So
yeah, I was going to say it looks the same green. I can't,
yes.
It's quite a unique shade of green, isn't it? So
yeah.
Green is it?
Well, I use basically to do the so it's Warboss green as the base.
Yep.
And then depending on what light level I want, I either use the Baletan green to wash it for the Death Guard, and then I use what's the other one? And also I've got Corellia shade as well for a slightly
okay. Yeah, I think I've got Corellia shade.
And then if I really want to lighten it up, I go with the Christ, that really splits the Hex-Ray stuff. The Hex-Ray Flame technical paint.
Oh, okay.
That adds a nice kind of glow to the kind of green. And then if I really want to brighten it up, because what I tend to do with I use Moot Green as a highlight because that's quite a nice light green.
Yeah, I've got Moot Green. I use that for bit of
Edge
highlighting.
Yeah, it's actually a really nice green for getting a good solid colour. I've even pulled out some Lamenter's yellow glaze, if anyone remembers that. Look at that, that's history in a bottle there. I bought tons of this when I heard it was going to get out of stock because it was part of my recipe for my intended Imperial Fist army. Obviously that never happened, so I've just basically got about 10 pots of Lamenter's yellow, which I'm never going to use really, except on maggots apparently for Death Guard. It's a nice glaze for maggots.
I did the same with the Gilliman Blue glaze.
Yeah. Is that your Necrons, isn't it?
Yeah, for my Necrons, yeah. So I was like, oh my goodness, I have to go and buy some quickly.
What's it say? Range 85. I have been trying some Death Guard green base coat and wanted to whiten places in the armour. I feel I've made a mistake. Any tips? Green base coats and white places. Well, if you're doing, when you say a white base, I can give a really good tip for white. Don't use white for starters. I find if you try and go straight, what I would suggest you do if you want white, start with something like a Celestra Grey as a base coat. Oh, you're using Wraithbone. Okay, fair enough. I mean, that's it. I typically start with a grey, and then I go over that with Ulthuan Grey, which is actually it's quite near white, and it actually I've got an example here. Hang on a minute. Here we go, because I've got my that's the kind of white you get from it, which is quite nice because it's not I think when you use a very strong white, I don't think it quite translate. You can't highlight a white, whereas you can kind of like a slightly off white, which is nice. So yeah, so give it a go. I mean, if you just try it on a model somewhere, which you're not really that bothered about, to see you can get the technique down. It takes a couple of layers of Celestra Grey and then about 2 or 3 layers of Ulthuan Grey, and you get a nice soft white with a slight darkness in it, which is nice because especially if you drop some shading into it, I found that works really well.
Yeah, range 85. If might be a good idea if you want to join our Discord.
Oh yes,
I'll post some pictures up, and the guys in the community will can give you a hand as well. Yeah. Although I'm not taking away from Tom's advice there.
So it's just what I do. So honestly, yeah. It does sort of it varies from person to bit. White is I've always found quite an interesting colour for people sometimes because it everyone's got a very different way of doing it. Because the most tips I get though is typically don't just go I'm going to put some white Scar white on there and then because that just never works. You just don't get the coverage and it starts to look claggy. So
I mean like white Scar I tend to only use as a very last kind of maybe edge highlight or
dry brush. Dry brush is very
lightly.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think I use that
you can't go anywhere once you've done it.
So I think I used for the whitish bits on my Tesla core thingy there, which works quite nicely. It just picks out a little bit.
Yeah, I do the same for my Necrons.
Well, Tom, those are zap guns on there, are they? Zap cannons. That's what they are. It's because I realised when I was doing it, I haven't got any zap cannons.
Oh man, they used to be good. They used to be like when I played Orcs. They used to be auto hit. I don't know.
I've got rules here actually because that's what prompted me to do them. I think so. I don't think they're auto hit, but they've got some interesting. Let's have a look here.
It's like, if I remember rightly, when I was playing Orcs, I think it was like a 2d6 strength, 2d6 armor penetration. It was just bizarre. It was brilliant.
Yeah, so basically a zap gun is a heavy weapon at 36-inch range. Mm-hmm. It's strength 2d6.
Yep.
AP minus 3 damage. But basically, before rolling, you do your strength. If you roll 11 plus, do not make a wound roll. Instead, the attack hits. If the attack hits, it causes 3 mortal wounds. The bearer then suffers 1 mortal wound.
Yeah. That comes brilliant.
Well, airbrush is also equally a good way, Jack. I mean, I think Rangers joined Discord. Welcome, Range. I'm just going to add you as a member, mate. So you can see the rest of the channel areas. So there you are. I've just done that now. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Another convert for the Black Toad Collective.
Yeah.
What are you painting or making, Dom?
What I'm painting in a moment, my Chaos Space Marines. I've got so much on the go, to be honest, mate. So the other day, when I was up here, I undercoated my some of my Sisters of Battle.
You still got some left, or you bought some more?
I have, both. These are the ones from the original box. So I need to kind of mucked up the loadout for these ladies. So I bought another box so I can kind of make maybe a Dominion squad and a Celestine squad.
Yeah, it's quite tough to do with the box set because they only include, I think, is it 2 of each weapon, I think, or something like that?
Well, I'm blaming myself a little bit for that because I really should have looked at what I was loading them out with before I went, and I put a heavy bolter in here. And I was like, Dominions can't have heavy bolters.
Yeah,
and I was like, how many small bolters have I got for the Celestine? Too many. Great. Brilliant.
I'll tell you what, I had a similar situation with the plague marines, because actually when you're going through the instructions, they're very because obviously they give you like, this is for Death Guard Marine number 6. There are 3 versions of number 6. You can do it this way, or this way, but make sure you follow the instructions carefully. Like well, which one's which? And it's like, is it 16A, D, B? Is it 16A or
Yeah, the Death Guard kit. I ended up doing some conversions with them because of the weapon loadouts you get in there. I think it's just a bit frustrating. Although, like you said, you get loads of options. It's an absolutely brilliant box. Hello, Andy. Welcome. You don't get enough of what you want because, like, for my ones, I've loaded them up with plasmas, and you're like, you only get one plasma gun.
Yeah.
So I had to get some old Chaos plasmas and cut some weapons off other ones, and it turned out all right, but it's a bit frustrating.
There's actually a very nice Stormbolter stratagem as well, actually. For additional minus AP on them, which is quite nice.
Yeah, -2 AP, 2 damage.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is really good when you've got 4 of them in a squad.
Exactly, because that's eight shots on rapid fire. Also, I can see so Andy has joined. Also, Range he has posted a picture in the waiting room actually. Well, they're looking pretty good, mate. They're not too bad at all. Yeah, I mean, obviously with the white, I think it's not too far off, to be honest. I think it looks okay. Might just, like I said, just try a couple of different methods until you're happy with it. Really, they're not. Death Guard are a very, I think especially I think you're doing kind of a very traditionally looky Death Guard. I think.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite a tough scheme, actually. Personally, it's the one I've chosen, as it's predominantly black. It's not as complicated, but it's I'd say my one's more difficult to make it look like the black areas actually have a bit of difference on the colour.
So looking at Range's paint scheme there, so like classic Death Guard from 8th edition, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It's quite. Yeah, it's not the easiest one. I'm sure there must be some good paint tutorials out there for that scheme.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This is one of my ones. One of my Blight Lords I've finished. I just use these as references. So.
One of mine.
I'll tell you, I will take a picture of my Blight Lord. No, not Blight. A Death Shroud Terminator I've got on my desk here because I was using it as a reference model.
He's my champion, my exalted champion. I don't know how it works in. So mine are red because they're word bearers. But the photo. If you want Range, there's some good, decent photos of our paint schemes on Instagram.
Yeah, that's
another good. Go check it out. Because also, on a side note, guys, we're almost on 1,000 followers on Instagram, which is quite a big achievement, I think. So if you haven't already, go follow us on Instagram. We're constantly putting photos up there of our work in progress or battle report photos or just random weird ones.
I'm gonna just. I've downloaded the picture and I'm going to stick it on to this thing, Dom, just because I put this all in place for last time. So
go for it. It's where you kind of push me out the way.
No. I wouldn't dream of doing that, mate. I wouldn't dream of doing that. I'm going to do that. It's actually it ended up in the painting competition area, which is interesting because it must have been from when I was last checking the. Yeah, so this is my Death Guard scheme. One of my. I've covered us both up. I've covered us both up for.
Well done, Tom.
Yeah, but if you do want me to put pictures up for you, if you actually WhatsApp them to me, I can put them on stream at full resolution if you want. So just send them to me, and because if there's stuff as an option. So.
Well, I uploaded one earlier on Instagram, like the last photo up there. So yeah, I'm not gonna. Around. Oh, actually, maybe I can fap it over here.
Well, you got to just WhatsApp it, and I'll pop it up.
Do that now.
That's my. Got here.
Yeah, just send it to me. How pleasant.
Yeah, if you send it to me, it's only because I can download it off WhatsApp. Then it's easy.
So everyone happy about the Death Guard changes / Chaos Space Marines? Because they're pretty impressive, to be honest. I'm happy with what I've seen so far, and that's a tiny glimpse of what we're all to expect.
Let's put DOMs up here. Here we go. Bosh. Full screen that. Oh, yeah, there we go. There's Dom's take on his Wordbearer-esque Plague Marines, which look quite cool. Very different scheme, obviously, being red.
Yeah, it's a good thing about them being cult troops as well. Like if you had Black Legion or Alpha Legion, Iron Warriors, you can kind of chuck in your own scheme, your own take.
Not enough decay on there, though, Dom. You need to just dip them in Typhus. Correct? No, I'm joking.
Decay on there. They got to keep walking.
They got to keep walking. They don't. They're fine. There we go. I'll take off now. But that's So. Have 3 box display marines to build now. Plague haulers going up by 1 wing. But because the other thing I was thinking to do with regards to putting stuff on the stream as well, Don, was if you, with the stuff you're painting during the night, if you do take a photo of it, I can put like a little progress shot up, show what you've been doing during the evening, so people actually see. So it's exactly what I'm just about to do now, actually, as just to show you guys what I'm actually working on. Because I tried to put some stuff up on the camera, it's just obviously awful. So sorry for spamming you with pictures, Don, but it's just because I share them to you, and then I can download them off my computer to WhatsApp.
No, I appreciate that, Tom. Really, thank you.
You'll wake up and go, why am I getting all this?
I get that already, mate.
Oh, I see.
What's going on? Why have I got all these photos? I didn't do anything wrong.
So basically, at the moment, guys, this is what I've been doing this evening, which is my essentially first step of the way I do my Plague Marines or Plaque Marines. Here we go. This is basically where you can't quite see all of them, but this is the first layers of stuff that I do from that point of view.
Oh,
Plague Solutions got a reroll wound aura. Oh, yes, they do. Which plague weapons, which make that is cool. But that's basically my Death Guard. Kind of, I've got a squad of 7 Plague Marines and a few characters basically. So I'm really looking forward to getting these guys sort of finished up. It's going to be my goal to get these done in about a week, and then I can move on to another army. Probably concentrate back on the Orcs, do a squad of the looters for the Orcs, I think, after that. Pull that down now. There we go.
I would send you a picture of my my Destroyer Lord, Tom, but then no one will watch my video because I think these guys are the only ones who watch them. So I'll literally be getting no views if I put a video.
Yeah, honestly, the Plague Marine set is fantastic. I was talking to Don about this last night. The variation of models that you can do for them is quite incredible, actually. It's just, you can either make a fully combat kitted out squad, or you can do bolters. You can do a mix of special weapons, heavy weapons. I must admit, I do really like their plasma guns, by the way. I think the Death Guard plasma guns look awesome. Admittedly, in this particular one, I went with the launcher on my one.
Yeah.
Because I just thought it'd be more interesting for the way I'm playing this particular squad of of Nurgle.
Yeah,
so
I think that speaks volumes about the kit, though. That you can have different uses for it. So, for instance, like I said, I've gone with plasma guns on mine, but you've got the other blight weapons on there, or poisony Death Guard weapons, as well as having a nice combat element as well.
The dual wielding combat stuff is awesome. I think that's just great. I wonder if the Nurgle Demons... Well, I think the problem with Nurgle Demons in the Death Guard Codex is because it relies on summoning and you can't just take them. I think that's always been a slight, I suppose, turn off for some people that don't, because mixing and matching them in so you'd make an army and then go, better reserve myself 200 points for summoning, and I don't know. Are you still a fan of summoning, Dom, or not really? You still not. It's not.
I think it's fair, right? So Wordbearers obviously are meant to be the big old summoning army about bringing things in, but I think there's some units that you might want to think about doing. So, for instance, Nurgle is quite a good god for bringing this kind of stuff in because they're pretty resilient. And if you want to just sit on an objective, summon in some Nurglings. What's the power level of Nurglings? Nothing to it. So you could just keep, I don't know, 100 points spare,
and they're fun.
Yeah, 100 points from what 1750, 2,000 points is nothing really.
Not really, no. Not in the grand scheme of things.
And they will fit a decent role in your army. Also, like the good thing as well, Tom. Now we're on the summoning chaos thing
That's right.
quite sad with, is that you've got your abilities that a lot of demon characters have, which will be able to go across to your demon units within your chaos space marine, your death guard. So you've got some bolstering stuff there. Which is quite nice.
I mean, I'm not planning on having a huge demon contingent for my death guard, because I think what I'll probably end up doing is actually doing a Nurgle demon army separate to this, and then have them ally for games, because I do want to get the traditional big old greater unclean one and lots of plague bearers, because I think I like plague bearers. They're cool. I used to have quite a lot. I think I possibly sold them to Daryl, I think.
Oh well, you need at least 30.
Yeah.
But like the guys in the chat are just saying, 108 for 6 Snicks and everything bases. Okay, so yeah, close enough for now. That you do need detachment, because of the little Lokis that you get and the abilities that the detachments unlock are pretty good. So for instance, I run a lot of corn demons a lot of the time.
Do you?
And so I've got the ability, you might notice, to boost your other chaos demons in there. It's the same with like Zinch demons. Like for instance, the Changeling gives a 6-up feel no pain. To Zinch demons, you're also increasing strength, if I remember rightly. So if you want to be quite put your balls to the wall, you can kind of go, actually, let's try Warp Talons, Mark of Zinch. You give them Weaver of Fate. You have a Master of Possession there. So you get a 3-up invulnerable save, put a Changeling in there as well, 6-up, feel no pain, and then you can increase the strength.
It's all about combos with demons, really, isn't it? That's the thing. Yeah, that's the whole point, I suppose. Just trying to get the right loadouts and joint effort. Yeah.
So I think demons are a massive tool for chaos in general, but I just think maybe they're a bit wanting in certain elements.
Definitely.
Which is a bit of a shame. And I'm kind of hoping that when the Chaos Space Marine Codex comes out, maybe word bearers get some sort of secondary objective about summoning or something like that. So you're a bit more kind of like, actually, I'll tell you what, I will try a bit of summoning.
Because it's not really a plus to it, is there? Really, I suppose.
No, I think was it 7th edition where you could just summon all you want.
Yes.
They were the days of the word bearers. But
but I suppose points-wise, that would be very unfair in this particular game era for matched play. I mean, personally, I would have no problem with you doing that in a narrative game. I think.
I think you're right. You don't want to. You want to have that bit there that you can kind of go. Points. It's limited there. Maybe they make it a bit easier. Maybe they boost demons, so you don't have to feel you have to take a detachment, and you can just have a squad.
Options.
Yeah.
We got here. Here's what we. Yeah. It's unfortunate that you can't move while summoning. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I never really got the whole having to stand still while summoning, but.
Well, you can move and summon if you've got a Master of Possession. There's an ability that he can summon in the psychic phase, I believe. And he can move, so you can move him up the board. You can then summon and then do your stuff.
Cool.
But that relies on one model. It's not general for every other character. And normally, if you've got a Master Possession, you're kind of going with your Cursed Earth and things along the lines of sacrifice and stuff.
I mean, thank God, Chaos don't have any characters, or you'd be in trouble.
And like I'm going from a word bearer point of view, where actually in all Chaos players, they're very character heavy.
Yes.
And I normally find myself struggling to kind of go, right, I need to try and fit more characters in, but at some point I need command points as well to boost.
No, just more supreme command attachments. It's fine.
But as Sarah said, their demons seem to be doing well competitively. Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know if you have a breakdown of demons. How many of them are Nurgle demon players?
Why would you say that? I don't understand. It's like you're saying that they're the best demons.
tough. They're resilient. They're what 9th edition's about, though, isn't it? About sitting on objectives and making sure your enemy doesn't
and holding
can't
stuff.
take them from you.
Yeah, definitely. But that's kind of how, as you know, that's kind of how I've built my Death Guard list. It's not about vehicles or anything like that. It's about big formations of Blight Lord Terminators holding objectives. Because I mean, you saw how hard they were to shift. They're just awfully tough.
My hotshot lasguns did not go well against your Death Guard Terminators.
And I'm hoping Blight Lord Terminators go to toughness 6, which will make it. She'll make you cry a little bit, I suspect. Really on 6s? What?
Yeah, and Defilers, they're the way forward, hitting on 3s. I'm kind of hoping the rest are they're gonna come the same way as well, Andy. To be honest, that like Venom Crawlers, Mauler Fiends, etc. kind of move up to the hitting on 3s. Because hitting on 4s is pretty. Well, it's hard work, isn't it? You get in combat and you're like, "Go Mauler Fiend, you can do it."
I've forgotten how to fight, even though it's my only purpose. I think you'll see a lot of chaos stuff, ballistic and weapon skill probably increase depending on their focus. I think because it just makes more sense, really. Because it is a shame they just sort of drive. I mean, the Defilers Vicky played against me the other day. They're so resilient, especially when she had the bloody Warpsmith with them. Oh, you recovered some more wounds, did you? Great.
Yeah, they're pretty tough, aren't they? I love them. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Tom. Is it that time of the night where I win the lottery and we all go, hooray!
P45s all round.
Right. The results are there. Let's log in.
Oh, I didn't win anything on my normal lottery splurge at the beginning of the month, sadly. So, yeah. I would let you know by now, obviously. I wouldn't just sort of set on it really.
Yeah, I kind of hope you would.
End of the month, like, oh, Don, by the way, I won a bit of money.
Yeah, if you just said, look, don't worry about it, going to work, you come over, and I'd be like, oh, Tom.
But what about lockdown? It doesn't matter, because we're going to be living in the same house.
Yay! I'm sure that'll be a popular move.
Oh, I bet.
Right, here we go. Time to win the lottery. Right. I'll read out results for anyone else that is,
We could become the official lottery results show.
You can be Mystic Meg.
Oh, great. I predict Dom is going to win, going to get 2 numbers tonight. That's it. On different lines.
Number 14. Have I got number 14? Okay. Number 20. I've got 20. Okay, well, it doesn't mean I'm out of the game yet. Number 29. Okay, it's not looking good for me so far. Number 47. Okay. Number 49. I mean, like, logically, I would have got 1 number.
Oh, Dom. Who's picking your numbers?
I just did the lucky draw thing.
Oh, don't do it anymore. Pick the same ones every week. On. What would you do though if you went back for if you had a historical list of all your numbers, and you went back through them and you actually had the winning line on a previous week? I mean, how?
Yeah, I know.
How pissed would you be?
People playing the lottery.
Yeah.
Just in case. Ooh, yeah. What would you do? Yeah, you'd be like, I missed out on £115 million for just forgetting to buy a lottery ticket. What am I like? Off to work.
Oh well.
Oh
God.
About that bill. Better pay it at some point.
Oh, my direct debit bounced. Didn't get my tickets this week. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
If only I had, I could have paid for my tickets then.
I wonder how much further I can get on my car with the warning light going.
Maybe if I buy one more lottery ticket, I might get myself out of this situation.
Yeah.
Oh dear, Dom. We'll have to do a Black Toe Studio lottery fund.
Yeah. Maybe become a lottery charity.
A lottery charity.
Yeah.
Look at these
little
guys.
video of an ad.
Just like
My pants all dried up.
With broken models. Oh, my models are all broken.
Yeah.
We're a
I'm so
worthy,
fun. Oh!
we're a worthy cause. I've got paint poisoning from all the paint I've been licking off my brushes.
That's some fine lead-based paint you've got there, Timmy.
That's all I can afford. I make it myself in the garage.
Yeah.
Oh dear. My dad used to, but he's not around anymore.
He won the lottery and left me.
Jesus, that's dark. Why, Dad?
There you go. If anyone wants to clip that all together and put that into.
Oh, don't tempt them. Don't. Oh dear. Right. One day, Don, we'll have so much money we'll be providing to charities. There you go. There's the positive thought for you. All right.
Oh man, yeah, I'd love to.
Same.
If I,
Mate.
Jokes aside, if I did win my 115 million, a lot would be donated to very.
Too right. You don't need that much money. As in, not you. I mean, you just personally don't need 159 million pounds to live the rest of your life.
Yeah. Probably all I need is probably 158 and a half.
As Don buys the local Morrison's and sets a gaming hall in it.
I'm buying those shares in Games Workshop, and those word bearers are becoming a top meta army.
Our new shareholder, Mr. Richards, is apparently saying we have to do this particular.
You write that codex.
but sir, we've made them so good they can't lose. We can't make everything toughness 9.
And that's just the Renegades and Heretics. Yeah.
It does need Titan support. It does. Yeah, it does. I mean, it needs some support. The old 83rd. I mean, I've been losing. I've been losing a lot as well, Dom. Don't worry, it's fine. Sodding world eaters, berserkers.
Mate.
I've had a lot of posts actually saying that I should be increasing the point cost of the berserkers.
Yeah.
But if I'm totally honest, I'm just going to finish this campaign, and then we'll probably won't play them again until the codex comes out. So it's really not that, Not.
I mean, the thing is with world eaters, like if you put them up to 2 wounds as you've experienced,
Yes,
they're pretty darn tough as well as the other changes.
Good. They are very good, mate. And when you get the strength right on them, they're even worse.
Yeah. So who knows what's happening? Because like with Plague Marines, they've gone up 2 attacks base, haven't they?
They have, yes.
So
Berserkers probably will as well. But maybe they go to 3. Pardon me, because they're already at 2.
Who knows what's going to happen with them? That's a really interesting thing with it, because I wouldn't have predicted that Plague Marines would get 2 attacks.
Vicky's like, go on, just increase it. Yeah, but then you'll have an excuse. I only lost because you put the points up. Ah, damn.
And yeah, Ceres is right. Still don't know what they're doing with discussing Resilient.
No, I suspect it'll be changed quite a bit. I don't think it's going to be the same format, because I think if you give Death Guard 2 wounds and then discussing Resilient, I think that could be quite a game breaker. I think
I think maybe changing it to a 6-up rather than a 5-up.
That would help certainly.
Or maybe just making it a hit modifier. Who knows?
Yeah, many options, to be fair.
But yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting change, whatever they do.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, I don't really mind what they do. They tend to be, from the looks of it, they are increasing the power of armies that maybe have been a little bit lackluster by the looks of it, which is good. So you can't really, be that worried about it. I think they're doing some good decisions. So that's their trait. Yeah, I mean, but I suppose there's other ways to to represent something being tough. I think that's the way that you have to look at it. Disgusting resilient is a rule. I mean, I don't think they'll get rid of the rule disgusting resilient. I just don't think it'll be a 5 up anymore, like Dom says. It will either be increased or they'll change what that meaning of that rule does completely, as a global rule. It's an interesting topic because I think if you have a 2 wound model at toughness 5 with disgusting resilient 5 up, I think you're probably asking for trouble on a balance issue unless you increase the points a lot, and then people won't take them because they're going to be too expensive. So, especially on a troops model, for a Death Guard, it's quite a, I think that's quite it's quite a big increase if you do points and then have, I think you're going to have problems. I personally.
Yeah.
Although
definitely.
Iron Hands aren't toughness 5, Andy. That's the thing I'll say. That you've got to remember the toughness 5 is quite an important thing for Death Guard because it does make wounding them that much more difficult. Because especially with lighter weapons, when you're wounding on 5s instead of 4s, that's quite a.
Yeah, whichever way it goes, I think it's going to be a really interesting change because it's not going to remain the same, is it?
They might do something like they did with the Necrons.
What you roll at the end of the phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I don't know if it would suit the narrative that they're trying to put across.
Probably not, no, because
they
don't go down and get up.
Back up.
Yeah,
Death Guard are meant to be just taking the hits and go. Fine.
Yeah. So, maybe they'll put something in about getting wounds back. That's a possibility.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't know. For me personally, I don't play Death Guard, but I don't think that would suit the narrative of Blade Marines.
No, that's fair enough.
Who knows?
We will see. It's going to be. Obviously, we've only got a couple of weeks left anyway. I think till they release the codex. So I don't think it's next week. I think it's the week after because obviously the Blood Angels one's this week, isn't it? Because it was pre-order last week for Blood Angels. So it won't be out yet, and I've got to spend more money. Oh, I spent too much money on models this month, Dom. Oh dear. I mean, luckily, not the majority of them weren't for me. The old birthday girl who's watching. Yeah. Who has a birthday in December? God.
Jesus.
Right, so that's another one based off. Oh, these are coming along nicely. Eradication Legion pre-order. Nice. It's good to nice addition. Yeah, I think I must admit I think I'm done with Space Marine purchases for a while. I think now because I feel I've expanded my Templars quite a bit this year already, and I've still got quite a bit to paint for them anyway. So if I was to do anything to do with Marines anymore, it would be for my Red Scorpions really, because I haven't done anything for them for quite a while. But I've got a couple of models I need to paint for them anyway, so I'm not. I think I'm going to concentrate on some different armies for the channel. So Orcs and Death Guard are a good combo because I've already my Night Lords are quite, they've got a reasonable force size. But I'd feel like Death Guard I would like to play some proper higher point games with just Death Guard. Just for a bit of a change. It's one of the reasons I've been sort of getting these guys done. Because as I was saying earlier on to the people chat, that obviously if I've got to play a few more games of Vicky, I don't want to do Imperial where I can avoid it. So.
Imperium. It's a battle army I'm working on, so.
It'd be nice if I could just play you, Dom. Really, I mean, I don't understand why you've been ducking and diving our games recently. It's keep coming around on Thursday and you're always in bed. I don't understand.
I've got a very elaborate ploy to paying a lot of actors to make up this pandemic at the moment.
Just to avoid playing with your friend. Unbelievable. It's just disgusting. He's going to say, I'm not your friend, really. Oh my God, he did. No. I must weep.
I mean, going through the chat there, the Necron box is very nice.
Yeah, I don't know if Fel Parsley, I think he missed out on it, sadly. I saw. I mean, I did post up and check the other day. I think Game Mat EU had them in stock after everything had gone out of stock, which was interesting. Because I don't think anyone normally thinks of them for selling models. That's probably why.
What our fine friends at Gamer EU.
Indeed, yes, our stealth sponsors. No, they're good chaps there. They always get a good deal with them.
Indeed.
I'm looking forward to hopefully buying some of their terrain for the next event. Actually, I must admit, I want to pick up a couple of their sets for crates and stuff. Their new painted ones. They look really cool. Like the Chem Zone.
Yeah, they've got some really nice terrain on there.
Yeah, they're getting such a good range now. It's I hope they keep going, and I hope nothing. Obviously everything that's going on. I hope they they don't lose their foot place in the market. Because obviously I don't know how in demand terrain is at the moment, with being not able to actually play games. I suppose it's a bit of a
yeah, it's a bit of a funny one, isn't it? Really. Yeah, I joked that if I had a time machine, I'd go back and invest a lot in Gibbs Workshop shares. Because wow, they've done amazingly well through this.
Well, if you think back,
you think we buy to play games, but in fact, it's most of it's hobby. Like how much time, if you split it up, do we play games compared to how much do we hobby?
I spend more time painting than playing. So
yeah.
It's just, I mean, yeah. To be fair, that's just, I mean, that is part of the channel's fault, though. To be honest, because to be able to play more varied games, you want to paint more models, and that's that's the kind of impetus there, isn't it? Really, to get the ranges increased. But right, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to knock it on the head in a minute, mate. Unless you're well, I can't really do that because I need the computer, but.
It's fine. We're good. We're good. I'm gonna go and paint some Necrons in a minute.
Nice. Anyway, we'll wrap it up then. So anyway, first of all of you people in the painting competition, do not forget it is next week. Is it 9 a.m. on Tuesday, Dom? Is that the cut-off day?
Yeah, Tuesday. So guys, if you're in a painting competition or if you want to join in, if you haven't already, come onto our Discord. Theme for this competition is flying. As long as it's not a vehicle, it can be a monster. It can be from any game or model series. So I think we've got some Infinity models at the moment as well going. So you then have now, if you enter now, you've got a week to complete it.
Yes.
So everyone else, you've had 2 weeks. So next week we will go through, myself and Tom, we will judge and we will run through each entry on the stream because it's really good fun.
Yeah, we enjoyed it last time a lot. It was really nice going through all your models with you guys. Honestly, it's lovely to see your work. So
we'll announce a winner.
The name of improvement.
But anyway, Tom.
Yes.
So I've got my Sisters of Battle coming. I think hopefully it'll be tomorrow. And I'll tell you what, I purchased those from a really good company. It's called Goblin Gaming.
Goblin Gaming, you say?
Yeah. I put a link below.
Oh, well.
And Tom, if you wanted to purchase anything, I suggest using that link below because what happens is you buy yourself or your loved one something using that link, and Black Toad Studios, you may have heard of, they will get a tiny little kickback, which will help buying materials for the channel and running our events.
I mean, also when you say loved one, that loved one can be yourself as well. I'm just
definitely. I mean, Christmas.
If you don't have a loved one, you can just say, I'm the loved one. I deserve something.
Just put hat on. But yeah, seriously, guys, use that link below and get yourself something for Christmas, or one of your friends something for Christmas. A little bit will go back to the channel, and we really appreciate it. And they're good people.
Yeah, no, they're honestly the best customer service I've ever experienced when I've had to. So definitely. But other than that, thank you all very much for watching tonight. I'm glad you could join, Dom. Obviously, I know you're a bit touch and go, but we will hopefully catch you all next week on Tuesday, where we'll be judging the painting competition and everything else. So until then, this is Tom and him.
Dom!
Butcher Terminators, and we'll catch you soon. Take care, everyone.
Bye.